All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the NSC Performance Racing League Division One F1 Series. This week, race number 2 here at Bahrain. I'm your host, Ballstick. I'm not joined by my co-host, Big Jim, this week. He is off watching Virginia Tech probably lose, but I do have some help up here in the booth, and I have my two in-race reporters who I love so dearly, Miss Soaps and Killer. Both in the Mercedes. As we're gonna keep watching qualifying here. Nobody's really set a lap yet. Everybody's still warming up the tires. I need to get everything up here. Small NASCAR fan. Interesting strategy once again with the intermediates on his outlap. What are we cooking over at Haas? You gotta think to yourself. We're gonna ride on board here with Mr. Hex here. He's our first car on his flag. Coming through into Sector 2, middle Sector 2 here. Now, if you guys were watching last night, it was quite a race. There were no safety cars, no nothing. There were some varying strategies between the softs, mediums, and the hards in the start. Ms. Soaps won that race, so we're seeing if he can transfer this momentum that he has with him into this race tonight. As he's reserving for Joker, he is also busy doing something probably more important than sitting at home playing video games. Just coming down the long straightaway before the final couple turns. Mr. Hex through Sector 3. Coming around. He's going somewhere. He's hitting this DRS zone. And it will be a 1:29.748 for the pole at the very moment. That's always nice about going out there first. You'll be guaranteed pole for a little bit. As Elite Precision goes 1:30.318. P1 and 2 for the AlphaTauri. Small NASCAR fan of the Haas intermediates. That lap doesn't even matter. 1:35.559. Spin and win. Here he is. 1:29.258. In the Ferrari. Porchi with a 1:42.1. What happened there? You're on softs, buddy. What are we doing? KD 1997 at 1:28.894. He ran a race or two last season. He didn't really show up that much, but here he is. I wonder how many he'll make this season. Miss Soaps, the 1:29.5. PWJ, one lap softs. I don't know why I read the tire out loud. 1:33.63. Jonathan Jurg, 1:37.07. We're going to keep watching these times click off, as I think Kenny will be our next set of time. As here he goes. In Sector 2 now. I wonder what happened with Porchi there. I wonder if he spun on that lap. But I would have thought he pit. He would abandon that lap and pit, but he did not. I'm ready for this race tonight. 29 laps of me, myself, and I, plus my two in race porters. Hope they're not on a lap. Here comes Kenny. In that Alpine. DRS zone. To the line. 1:31.265. We go on. What's up? We're gonna ride on board here with Nose Bowl.
Pulled the car back into the pit lane. I'm gonna try to also do a little bit of commentary here in the qualifying session.
We got Noah's Bowl coming around the final turn. DRS zone into the line, 131.476. And then we got Clay, 129.294 up to P3 in that Aston Martin. I think Aston Martin was playing a little bit of games there as with Heredia was falling through. That front stretch trying to get that draft from Clay to start his flying lap. I need to check something here. And then after Heredia, I think the closest is either Useless or Darludo. Yep, it will be a Useless right after. So it's a beautiful night here in Bahrain. There should be a 0% chance of rain tonight. We are in a desert. So no haha rain funny moments tonight, unfortunately. Now this is D1, and if D2 will have no safety cars like they did last time, I am confident that this race will go green with maybe a couple of virtual safety cars. Ready, it comes around, set his lap. P2, 129.117. We'll go back down to Useless here. I think that is an AlphaTauri pulling aside for the Alfa Romeo. Coming around to the line. P8 for Useless, 129.7. Ludo and the Red Bull coming off the final turn as well. See what kind of laps he can set tonight. 137.484. A warm-up lap. That's what we'll call that. I think Garrison will be the next. Yep. Garrison.
Got our next in-race reporter out on his outlap here.
Don't tell me Josh Allen's going to the locker room. What did Sleeper just say to me?
Looks like Heredia is on his in lap there. KD is going to be getting ready to start his second lap. He wants to. I'm assuming he's going to use all three sets of his softs if he's already going on his second run now. But yeah, it'll be a good race tonight. KD looks really, really quick.
He's looking good so far in this qualifying session.
Yeah, any real surprises so far?
I don't know. I think it's just surprising that Katie's racing, honestly. This is like the second time he's raced. I'm excited to see what he could do. It's Freedom Flyer and the Williams coming through.
It looks like he could be on a lap on par with the top 10 here.
Coming to the line. Yep. P6 for Freedom Flyer.
Look at those D2 Mercedes drivers.
The D2 Mercedes drivers are cooking the night so far. P5 and P6.
Mercedes might be a little too OP. Alright, I'm going to go
Here
back to
comes
my
Killer.
activities.
P12, 129.998. And then Tiger coming through in the Red Bull. $129.265. Is Formation Lap on tonight? In race reporter, Miss Hopes.
What's up?
Is formation lap on?
Yes.
Cool, I'll be able to use that to pee. You know, we're keeping the booth pretty casual. There's no fun in being super professional, are we? Like, are we gonna be serious? I'm the only one, like, designated commentator. With my two buddies. What do we expect? Oh, small. 129.677. I don't know what I'm looking at. Kenny LaFleur's back on track. He's spinning one just started another lap of his. Kenny LaFleur going, will he go bottom to top? Not quite. Up 2 spots for Kenny LaFleur. Who else we got? Who else? Let's see. Let's see what Clay or Porchy are doing here. It's spinning one, not Porchy. There he is. Clay's ahead. Just a little bit on that track. Clay's going to try and improve here. He wants that pole position from KD1997. Comes around. And that green Aramco Aston Martin and comes down pit lane. Nice. Alright, spinning one. Show me what you got, buddy. That number 3 Ferrari. That is a bright red car. Looks nice, though. Here we go. 4 minutes left here in qualifying. Through the final quarter. What is it? Doesn't improve. Unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Everybody is on their outlap. KD's going to try to improve here. I'm down the front straight away. Oh, yellow flag. I think it was just the Alfa Romeo possibly letting by that AlphaTauri. Oh, purple sector 1 for KD. We're going to see what he can do with the rest of his lap. Really making that track wide. Making sure, though, to keep those left side tires inside the white lines for KD. Here we go. Off the final turn for KD. It will be a 128.631, improved by a whole 0.2 there. He wants this pole position, man. He's fiending for it. Elite Precision will be the next driver to cross the line while on a lap. Off. Final turn. Down the front straightaway. Goes up a few positions as another driver goes up another few. I think it was Porchy. It was useless. Back on board here with Darludo. Uspinowin out of the session. Retired on pit lane while Darludo goes second quickest here. 1:28.805. Okay. In-race reporter Killer XL, what are your thoughts on this qualifying session so far as we're wrapping up here?
We're both
KD.
on a hot lap.
10-4. Never mind. Whole field's out on the track basically here. It looks like we're racing. I don't even know who's going to move where. I'm going to run on board with Killer XL here. Yellow flag in the middle is sector 2 and 3. Nope, that is just the middle of sector 2. Uh-oh, approaching lap traffic here. Where is that Alpine going? See you later, buddy. Is that Kenny? Probably Kenny. Yeah. Caution here, sector 3. Will this Williams be in Killer's way? He will not be. Here we go. Coming through, final turn. Gets a little bit loose there, it seems. Doesn't go too wide. Where will he end up? P15 for Killer XL and a P10 for Miss Soaps.
That was a horrible lap.
You're telling me, Doug.
Yeah, I choked it over. I should have had like a 128.8.
I think.
Brick drag.
And I think that'll be everything for qualifying. We got a couple cars pitting here. Once they get settled in their pit stalls, we will move on along to the next session. That AlphaTauri still hasn't actually gotten in the stall yet. What is bro cooking? There he is. There we go. Alright. That was a fantastic qualifying session. I'm just so ready for this race, everybody. As we're going to scroll through here, we got KD 1997 in the Alpine, P1, Heredia God, Aston Martin P2, Darludo in the Red Bull P3, Clay the Monkey, Aston Martin P4, Spin and Win P5 in the Ferrari, Mr. Hex P6, AlphaTauri, Porchy Dude and Useless as a Cat 7th and 8th, bringing up Alfa Romeo's qualifying efforts. Tiger NASCAR, P9 in the Red Bull, Miss Soaps, P10 in the Mercedes, Garrison, P11, Freedom Flyer, P12, Small NASCAR Fan, P13, 14th, Jonathan Jerk, 15th, Killer, 16th, Elite, 17th, PNWJ, 18th, Noah's Bowl 42, and rounding out the top 19, 19th is Kenny LaFleur in the Alpine. Now we're going to get along here to the formation lap, if you can excuse me for a minute. I'll be right back.
Soaps, what do you think's gonna happen in this one today?
Well, I'm starting dead middle in the pack in P10, and just personally, this is coming from me personally. I would much rather start in the front in D2 than risk getting wrecked right here. But I think I, I really think an Alfa Romeo or Alpha Tauri is going to end my day today.
There is a good shot of that happening, I'd say. You have two Williams starting right behind you. They do not like to lift, per source.
All right, all right, all right. Here we are. Formation lap is starting here. Hope our in-race reporters were able to help us out. Let's get a one in chat from everybody watching this race. If you are excited for the second race of the season to get underway here, get some ones in chat. Right, Frank? Right, Mason? I'm on, boys.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get some ones in the chat. I wouldn't ask me anything in these first couple laps, by the way.
I
But
gotcha. I will not be asking anybody any questions until we get spread out here. I'll ask you what happened, though, if you do fall a couple spots, but that's what radioactive is for.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
We gotta
It's
fuel the
just a
fire.
pleasure to be up here.
I'm glad to be joined by you and Killer, my two
Yeah, no
best
matter
friends
what,
of all time.
if we get wrecked out here today, we're still here. We're gonna help you tonight.
And
We got a
afterwards, we're
hot
gonna go
date with
celebrate with
Peach
Peach.
later.
Yep,
Yep,
afterwards, we'll
afterwards,
be spending some time with our good friend Peach.
down at the Vanilla Unicorn.
Yep.
Anybody would like to join us? We'll be a friends only lobby.
Yeah, make sure to
Yep.
text Miss Soaps if you're interested on meeting Peach. I think she's signing autographs tonight.
Yeah, it's a car meetup at Vanilla Unicorn, followed by autographs with Peach, and members only for the after party, sadly. But we will hope to see some of you guys there tonight.
I gotta open a window. Hold on. All right. Bit of fog on the front straightaway. I don't know why those two got disqualified from the formation lap. No surprise there, though. I'm gonna pull the mic away from my mouth. I don't feel like breathing in y'all's ears. Passing touchdown. Oh, Miss Soaps was disqualified from the session. So was Jay. Make sure to get in the lines. What is that Haas doing back there? What are we cooking? Here we go. Yeah, you heard that announcer. Welcome to the Kingdom of Bahrain. All right. Five red lights. And we are off and away here at the Bahrain GP. KD here. Already in a decent jump, 10th ahead of Heredia. We're going to see if that Aston Martin has any sort of run into the turn one. They do not. Everything looks a bit clean back there. I think we're A-okay. No casualties quite yet. That's nice to see. We're going to have a few of these things up here. We're going to check the position change. We got some jumbled mess up in the back there. Oh, who was that? Oh. What is Freedom cooking? What are we doing here, big dog? You're supposed to... Uh-oh. Saw a lockup here, I think, from the Alfa Romeo of Useless as a Cat. On the outside of Mr. Hex, they're bumping, they're banging, rubbing his racing. After all, as we have a... Was that the Red Bull way off the track there? What are you doing, buddy? I think that's a Williams off the track as well back there. The Soaps and Useless. Again, pretty close. Gotta make these turns as wide as you can. Carry as much momentum through these as we have the AlphaTauri going down on the inside of their Ludo. Tries to get that move done. Doesn't get it done quite yet. Useless as a Cat gonna try and get by Darludo as well. We got a group of cars back here. They're trying to bum draft. This is not Daytona. The Soaps in the inside of Darlito here. Tucks back behind. As KD, as the leader, sets the fastest lap of this race, of course. We got some moves trying to be made back here. Oh, Garrison goes a bit wide. He gets a bit of contact, I think, back here. Taylor trying to make some moves as well. I have no idea what's going on with these intervals. I don't know why there's people minutes behind, but we ball. Tiger gets a bit loose outside of that corner, exiting. Gets past, I think, by the Mercedes and Miss Opes. As I think, finally, we are single file. Jonathan Jerk already having to replace a front wing, I'd have to assume. What are these camera angles? These are not helping me. Spidwin tucking back behind Clay. Thought about it, though. There's a lot of cars out here with the number 3. You gotta think, is it for Dale or is it for Danny Rick? Either way, it's acceptable. And we are single file. Nice. Oh. You know, I see a lot of cars trying to peek out, but for what reason? Not doing anything. KD, 132.475. That is a faster lap than me on softs. That's impressive. Oh, we got a 3 wide here on the front stretch. Ludo trying to go on the inside. Will he get that move done as he does? Locks up there. Mr. X going to go for the crossover. 3 wide outside of turn 1, and they get through. No one's around, but Hex and Useless are side by side here. Here we go. Masopes trying not to get into the back of that Alfa Romeo. He does not, and they get single file once again. Mr. X tucks in behind. Useless is a cat. Just Masopes is dying for this P8 here, as he does get that move done for now. Mr. X trying to go for that crossover. Doesn't have the momentum, though. We'll just tuck right back in behind the Mercedes driver of Masopes. A couple of pretty exciting moves here happening so early. I'd hope that's a trend throughout this race. Keep it somewhat entertaining. But this is F1. There are no commercials, so I hope you guys enjoy even the most boring parts of this race. It is only lap 3, and we're seeing moves like that. Alright, we're going to switch over to... see what kind of tires these guys are on, as nobody's opting for the softs. Got hards and mediums, only about 7 mediums out there. That would make 12 cars on the hards. I would think the hards to mediums is a better strategy. You want to get that long run going early. And then you want to switch to those mediums later on. There's a bit of an interval between these guys up here. Kitty's already about a second and a half almost on Heredia. And then between these Alfa Romeos back here, Porchi is about 3 seconds ahead of his driver and teammate Useless. Got a large DRS train from about 6th to 18th. And then from about 2nd on the 5th. Now they may be single file, but they're all pretty decently stuck together here. What is this, Talladega? Look at all these cars back here. If these cars had fenders, man, I'd think it'd be NASCAR, but what are we doing? I gotta say, I'm really not a fan of this fog or whatever's on the track here. I don't know whether it's a lighting issue or a fog thing, but these cars look funny. Oh, Clay and Heredia swapping spots here on the front stretch. Are they going to try and do what they did at Mons and just try to slingshot back and forth? Try to catch that Alpine of KD? Killer getting by Jay back here as well. Gets that move done. He's trying to inch ever so closer to his Mercedes teammate. Barely out of the DRS zone, so he will not have it here. So we're going to see if we can try to diminish that gap between him and Tiger. I think he does for now. We're going to see if we can get within a second of this DRS detection zone. Said that funny. Here we are. I don't know if he got it. I'm going to take his telemetry here. As he did. Gary did not get the DRS. Jonathan Jurg, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, as well as retiring the car on pit lane. I'm very excited to see the game spit that car back out on track and be a nuisance to the leaders. As Clay has cut this gap down to under a second. Might have the DRS, as he does. 100 meters away, and that rear wing is open. We're going to ride on board here. We're going to pay attention to these Aston Martins. Last week with a 1 and 2 finish. This week, currently running 2 and 3. Take KD out of the equation, they'd be looking like they're going back to back as Clay the Monkey goes down the inside of KD. On those medium tires, they're going to be good for now. And he gets clear. The bottom of that Alpine is sparking here. He's just pushing so hard to try to get back that position. We're going to see if Heredia tries to make a move here. He's very close to the bumper. Or, excuse me, not bumper. The rear wing. KD. Or at least he was for a second there. Dropping back ever so slightly, but we'll have the DRS guaranteed. One of the front straightaway. Top 5 have all broken away from the rest of the field. And we see gaps starting to increase between certain drivers and stuff like that. Oh, Porchy trying to get by a spinning win there. Is that a front wing I saw flying? Probably not. Oh, what is he doing? What happened there? Porchy just runs into the back of Heredia. And we're going to see if that'll bring on a safety car of any kind. As we're seeing green the rest of the race. The rest of the track is all green. The Ghost 0241, that is what I'm saying. What was that? We're going to try and see what he says in the Formula 1 chat, whether it was a brake check or if it was a pedal failure there on Porchy. Hopefully we'll get word from what that was. Torludo gets a 3-second top penalty for cutting the course. That is not something we like to see for anybody here. You know, that 3-second time penalty could really hurt you here at the end of the race, especially if you're fighting for that win. But, so far, let's check out these positions from the start. I think I could check that still. Yeah. As we can see, we got Clay up 3, KD down 1, Spinning up 2, Heredia down 2. Useless up 3, Masoap so far. Pete up 4, Dodo down 4, Hex down 2. What else we got going on? Tiger's still in P9. Killer, biggest move of the race so far. Biggest mover, up 5 positions from 15th. Gary, same spot as where he started. Small NASCAR fan up 1, I think. Up 3 for Elite. Up 3 for Jay. Up 4 for Kenny. Up 2 for Noah's Bowl. And down 5 for Freedom. And unfortunately with our DNFs back here, down 11 and down 5. So far, pretty exciting race. As Porchi is not happy with the Heredia God. Can't read that message out loud, but just know for the rest of the season, if something else happens between those two, it probably sprung from this race itself. Let's see. We don't need lap data. Oh, we have 2 people who are up 5 positions here. It's Killer XL and Kenny LaFleur. So far, so good for these couple drivers. It's our closest margin between drivers right now. I think it is just Killer up. Kenny LaFleur. What happened? What is that Alpine cooking? So far, 3 retirements. It's been 9 laps. Averaging about 1 every 3 laps. So we're going to see if this trend keeps going. You know what? Let's check on the Bills and Buccaneers score, shall we? Oh my God! Never mind.
They all on hards behind you, Mr. Soaps.
Yeah.
So, Jim picked a good night to skip the broadcast booth as Virginia Tech is killing Syracuse 30-3. Halftime currently for the Buffalo and Tampa Bay game, 17-10. Buffalo is leading. As Jay is our first taker for pit lane, going on the softs. Bold strategy. We'll see if it works out for him. He's just trying to steal that fastest lap, I think. I'd have to guess. Go through the field here. Still have about 6 cars on the mediums. The rest on hards and 1 on softs. Now, per last race, we're gonna see what happens here when they pit. But I think around lap 14 or 17 is really the run. Lap 14 for those mediums, lap 17 possibly for the hards as well. We're going to see what that Jay is cooking. I wonder if he's going to go medium, softs, mediums here towards the end. But I don't see it working out. You got that Ferrari strategy going on in real life. This battle for the lead is going to heat up real soon. Those mediums are going to last a good amount of time, but not enough time to really hold up those hards. Or hold off those hards. We have small and elite precision back here, P12 and P13. I think, the closest battle on the track at the moment. Masok behind Darludo. Spinelin is only 6.5 tenths behind Heredia, who's got a big gap to the leader, about second and a half, or 2.5 seconds from Heredia, his teammate, in the lead of Clay. As at the moment, there's not really a reason to fight that car in P6. I mean, it's nice if you can get by him here. But he's on those hards. They're going to last a bit longer with those mediums here. Plus that 3-second penalty as well, so we're going to see what happens with that. Come on. Miss Soaps gets by Darluda there. That might have been a good call for him. As AlphaTauri tried to sneak on by, but does get passed by Tiger for a split second. He ducks back in behind Hex. Miss Soaps is not trying to waste any time here. PNWJ does do what he wanted to aim for, and that was to steal the fastest lap of the race with a 1:32.218. We're going to see if that sticks. I think if we get a late race restart here, that will not stick, but you never know. Anything is possible. Unfortunately, my driver over on iRacing, fan favorite in the NASCAR portion, Brody, did not make his iRacing race tonight at Daytona. He's going to try and qualify at Las Vegas, though. But what can you do? It's Daytona. It's the Mickeyest track of all Mickey tracks that have ever existed. Darludo trying to get back by Masopes here. Does get that move done through turn 1. He's on his way, trying to chase down the Alfa Romeo of Useless as a Cat. But we hate to see that for Brody. And hopefully he'll rebound for Vegas next week. Anyway.
Frank, I'm undercutting this lap.
You heard it here, folks. The Mercedes of Masopes is pitting this lap. That sign was waving out for him. Like I said, too, lap 13 is when you'll probably start seeing these drivers come down pit road. As you know, I would have to think he's going to them hard tires. He's a smart guy. As Clay is also coming down pit lane, he's also going for the undercut. Spin and win coming down pit lane on the hards. I don't know. Useless. We got Darludo, Masopes. Like I said earlier, we got 5 cars coming down pit lane. For the guys that are on the hards, I don't understand this play. I think you might have wanted to go a couple more laps. Unless you, of course, got communication with your teammate, wanted to not double stack. But, you know, we'll see if it works out. Will PNWJ be able to pass somebody here exiting pit road? I don't think he will. He might have the momentum, though, through turn 1. He does not. Those softs are probably already dead for him. Oh, looks like Katie got a little bit sideways there. took the lead when Clay pit. Let's see. These two guys really broken away with those other drivers pitting. So here comes KD down pit lane. Alright, he's gonna opt to stay out here. We'll see how much longer he goes out on these hards. Oh. This just in, D2 driver of TTV Go Boom has left the server. All right. We're gonna let these guys focus here. I don't want to bother my boys. Don't want to be Michael Waltrip, ask people questions during the middle of a race. Maybe during a safety car. But, I have 16. Killer. He's coming on pit lane. This will make both Mercedes drivers. This will make it so that they both have pitted. Going to the hards, I would have to guess. Garrison's going to opt to stay out. Try to get that lap load, which really doesn't matter. As for Ludo with a 131.785 on those mediums with the fast lap of this race. Only a few cars haven't pitted yet. It's Garrison, small NASCAR fan, and Noah's Bowl 42. Gary on the 15 lap old mediums, while Small and Noah's Bowl both in the 15 lap hards. So when those top two do end up pitting, then we'll rotate out to the lead. I would think next couple of laps for sure for these two. You don't want to be out on these tires for too long where they actually lose all of their grip. You can go a good amount of time though, so I'm not worried for them quite yet. So here we go. Gary is scheduled to box. Actually, that is just always there. And blue light as he is coming down to pit lane. I think Small's gonna keep her going. Keep that Haas on track. Gotta get some TV time for that thing. Both Haas cars must be on the same strategy. Because neither of them have pitted quite yet. How many laps are they gonna try? They're gonna do the unthinkable here. Are they gonna try to push these tires 20 laps and take softs? We're gonna see what happens with that. I mean, as his laps tick away, you gotta start thinking like, what really is their strategy here? And that might just be it. I don't know though. We'll have to keep watching and see what that strategy is for those two. Now, personally, I wouldn't do that. I don't have that kind of self-confidence to be able to hold on to these ties for that long. We're just going to see what Jade is actually doing, because he's got the 7-lap old softs. So we're going to see if he goes back to the mediums or tries to get 2 different softs. But I don't know if you can actually get 2 different sets of softs in one race. You could be able to. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. As apparently, I'm going to base on the track map already with a purple sector 2. Usually that's wrong. But we'll see. You know? As that Haas is peeling off. Already, 131.668. The track map did not lie to me that time. And Small will definitely be opting for those medium tires. Yep. As he does. So I would assume Noah's Bowl coming to the next lap as we got Clay going for the lead as he gets it done, I think. Already thought about it. Peeked out from behind the Alpine of KD. These 4 guys really just broken away from 5th on back. We got a good 3 cars here. Got about a 4-car group, a stretched out 3-car group. Caution on track. That is for Mercedes of Killer, unfortunately, on those 2-lap old hards. We're going to see if there's any contact there. Keeping it green. Keeping this race green. As someone needs to turn ABS back on the way they're smoking down that corner. A flat spot their tires doing that. It's no fun. I don't even know if this game has that kind of physics, though. It probably doesn't. I'll just overheat a little bit. And hot tires suck. Warm tires are cool. They're nice. They'll be nice to you. But cold tires and hot tires, good luck. I hope I'm providing a good entertainment for you guys in the chat. Both the reporters and the 5 people watching. As Jay comes down pit lane, what does he do here? What is he going to try and cook up with this strategy? I would think mediums here, buddy. Goes back to the mediums. Falls all the way back to P16 in the McLaren. As it's looking like a safety car free race so far.
PNWJ should just not be on this racetrack.
You hit it here first, folks. Now, while I have you, Killer, was he the reason you were spun around there?
Yes, he was. Slow, like slowest car on the racetrack. Just wrecking me for no reason. So,
we got beef! We got beef between the Mercedes full-timer and the Haas owner of PNWJ.
Hey, Miss Soaps, you got a copy down there, buddy?
Miss Soaps, you got a copy there, buddy? It's Mikey up in the booth. Got a copy? We might have to try Channel 2 here.
Yep, there we go. Got a copy. Channel 2 works.
I got a copy. Channel 2 has worked. Sitting here, P7. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the reason why PNWJ is racing, so I'm a failure. You know, I've failed. I've failed my organization.
As league owner, you suck.
Yeah, I mean, P7 right now, Darludo and Useless as a cat working together to pull away from me. If you ever told me that these 2 would work together in any race in your life, I would tell you you're crazy.
I would too.
Because it's me. You're in P7. They're going to work together to get away from me here.
All right, Mason, I thank you for joining us up here. It is all in good fun. I love you, man. As I'm going to let you focus, try to catch those 2 guys up in front of you. We have a caution here. KD off track. Was that another Heredia mistake?
I'm just looking forward to my time with Peach.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
That's what I was going to say, is I hope Peach is ready, because all my anger is getting taken out on her tonight.
10-4.
I beat my wife after this race.
All right. We're going to get back to this race here. I don't know how to respond to that. But all I gotta say, you wouldn't be the only one.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Killer XL beats his wife. Confirmed. Lessons learned from Mason Pope.
Alright, boys.
Why you gotta say my government though?
Alright. Order
Bro,
in
I'm
the
sweating
booth.
right now on this fucking 15th.
Order in the booth. As Noah's Bowl is opting to finally come down the pit lane. Does he go 10 laps on the softs? We're gonna ride on board here. We're gonna see what kind of pit stop this Haas has. As I think those are soft tires. Noah's Bowl coming out on the softs. What are we cooking? I think there's a fire in the kitchen. Don't burn it down. Here we go. Just last week we got Aston Martin P1 and 2 as I'm just listening to those gears click away. It's nice to, because the game doesn't really give you that audio, they mess it up. So, gives us an insight on that Mercedes. I think,
You talking to me? What?
no, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking about you. All good things, all good things. Oh, Soretti gets a bit loose there. Over that corner, these two Aston Martins on differing strategies. One on the hards, one on the mediums. Been differing this whole race. As, there they go. Already making a move on Clay. DRS activated, going through turn 1. Both drivers get through it alive. Spinning one here with DRS. Clay as well. Now the car gonna look for a move here. They're just gonna try and ride up. Hopefully all three will be riding into the sunset on the podium. That's what they're thinking. As there is no sunset, it is a very dark and foggy night as Freedom Flyer. Buddy. Keep at least 2 tires within the white lines, man. I mean, you don't got much to worry about, but if I were in the points, I'd be scared if I were you. Here we go. You gotta think, after this race, do Masopes and Killer switch rides for next week? Yeah, no, it's just one race. But,
Killer might just retire. Killer is sick of it.
You heard it here first, folks. Killer is sick of it. You gotta wonder what is Haas cooking his nose bowl. 130.975. We're gonna see if Killer can do us one better here. He's got 60% ERS. That button is pressed. What do we have? Not a fast slap, but it's okay. You know, you gotta get the softs warmed up first. They take a bit of time. As
That was the outlap, Chuck.
that was the outlap. I got you. I'm sorry. My apologies, my dear friend, Killer XL __. I think there's 2 there. Nope. Yep. All right, chat. Look, one in chat if we're going to get a safety car. Two, if not. I know there's 6 of you in there. I expect one answer at least, hopefully. Come on, don't leave me hanging here. Three, because... Alright, well... Let's see what we have here. Here we go. So we're coming to, I think, 5 to go. Clay, you're on these hards, but Hardy's got them couple lap fresher mediums. We're going to see what happens here towards the end of this race. It'll be like last week where there was I think it was our last lap pass between one of these two. I forget. I honestly forget who won last race. I think it was Heredia. They're spinning one with a 3-second time penalty. That's big for him. But won't be affected by it unless he gets by Heredia or Clay. Whichever one of the two. But Killer XL with a 5-second time penalty. Winning the pit lane, unfortunate to see, but you know, you want to pack it up and go into the next week. We need to save the money, just save the materials, pack it up, go on next week. Hopefully go out and win that thing. But a small NASCAR fan retired from the session. We have a full course safety car.
You are kidding me.
Unfortunate timing.
Absolutely no fucking way.
Dude, what is my luck? Holy...
That's to the
He's
sweat
behind you.
jar. To the sweat jar.
Yep. $40 swear jar. There we go.
That is unbelievable.
Wow. Very, very, very extremely unfortunate timing there for the Mercedes driver of Killer, as we're going to see the entire field come. KD 1997 5-second time penalty for speeding on pit lane. That is big with this restart. What is Alpine cooking? You know, first if you're in the chat, give us your thoughts on Alpine's performance so far tonight. Kendall with Florida DNF with a P17 and KD with a 5-second time penalty. We will see if that will get reduced after this race, pending approval. Wow, PNWJ here. You know, there's no overtime. What do we pit for mediums for? There will be no F1 overtime. All right.
I'm cooked.
Masopes is cooked. P6. All he's got to do is stay within 3 seconds of both spinning and enter Ludo. I don't think we'll go green this lap, but we will get an update. We should be going green next lap. All right.
Who's your pick to win this in overtime, Dylan?
Not spinning winners or Ludo. They got those 3-second time penalties, so unfortunately for them, they will not be winning this race. But I'm thinking surprise winner. I'm thinking maybe Masopes. We'll see what Masopes can do here. I think he's cooking something up.
He's cooking something up here.
You know, he may be cooked, but you gotta think about it here. You're P6. We'll be going green this lap. I believe in him. I think we'll see a big wreck in the final lap. I think we'll see what Ashton did last season here.
I think we're going to see Clay the monkey win this race.
All right, entering Sector 3 here soon.
Safety car in the
Here
slot.
we
Green, white,
go.
checkered.
Second to last turn.
Everyone on the soft, but Jay. Interesting strategy.
I think he used his softs too early. Here we go.
Here we are in the restart zone.
Heredia gonna lead us back to green here. Coming,
going.
2 to go. We got a green, white checkered here. Here goes, snaking down the front stretch. That's gonna cause a wreck, probably.
It
does not.
This is a cab, but I might actually lose another spot.
Lost a spot to Tiger NASCAR for the time being. Got it back. Trying to get by useless. We have a car around that is Elite Precision? Nope, yep, Elite Precision. Gary's on pit lane. He must have front wing damage. As Masopes getting beat around by that Alfa Romeo. Gary has retired from the session.
Gary is retired.
And you know what the game does best? Spit that car back out on track. I'll just see it.
Oh, big contact with himself.
Huge contact here. Masopes is really trying to get by. As he sees second and third with 3-second time penalties each. He's trying to get that podium. He's fighting for a podium here with useless. Here we go.
If I remember correctly, these two got together last week as well.
They did. So we're going to see if there's any sort of retaliation, if there even is some retaliation to be given. Coming around to the white flag. Lap 29 out of 29 with Heredia setting the fastest lap, 130.775.
Here comes the Alfa Romeo, back at Masopes.
Here he comes. This is for podium. As Mr. Hex tries to go around the outside. Might have got a warning there. Maybe even a illegal overtake. Have to give that spot back. if it was. As Hex is
Here
really
comes
trying
Hex
to
at
push. Running around on
Masopes.
board here with Mr. Hex for a second. On the inside of Masopes. Makes a little bit of contact. A little bump and run. We're going to see what Masopes can do if he has a response for that.
I'd rather not hear his response.
I meant
It's
like
probably
on
not
track.
good.
I meant like a response on track.
10-4.
Yeah, I don't think a vocal response is going to be very nice. Darludo with another
Darludo
3-second
with
time penalty.
another 3-second penalty.
That might take him out of the points. We'll see what happens. We'll see where he stacks up. Already and spinning win on this. Everybody's on these softs. I'm gonna say bold strategy, but it's not a bold strategy. Soap's gonna try and get back by Hex possibly. He's about 2/10 behind. You gotta burn that ERS, but you don't have much ERS to burn, unfortunately. We got KD trying, like, looking like he's gonna peak, going on the final corner. As Freddy's gonna cross the line first. Spin and win. Darludo, Clay, useless. We're gonna have Mr. Hex, Masopes, Tiger.
Yeah. All I have to say about that one is if I get forced to go to D1, I'm retiring because I'm not racing dirty drivers. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm telling you, man, it is not fun. It is not fun at all.
Nope.
Waste of time. And
all right.
with that being said,
we're gonna get our top 3 in here. I might go to a different party real quick to get these interviews done, unless you guys wanna sit here. I don't feel like removing people from this party.
I will be staying right here. You can go interview people.
I gotcha. I'm gonna quickly get the top 3 here. Heredia, Clay, and Useless rounding out the top 3 on the podium here. Spin and win P4, Mr. Hex P5, Masope P6, Tiger 7th, Nose Bowl 8th, Darludo 9th, Jay 10th. Getting that McLaren somehow to the points there. Freedom 11th, Elite 12th, KD 13th, Gary 14th, Small 15th, Killer 16th, Kenny 17th, Porchy 18th, and Jonathan Jurg running at the 19 drivers that we had tonight. As I'm going to get a new party started, and we'll get these interviews rolling. Give me one moment here. All right. Let's see. Who we got? So, P1, like I said, is Heredia. P2 is Clay. And P3 is Useless. I'm having to search his full name. I am not friends with him, unfortunately. So we're going to invite these 3 to the booth and see what these guys have to say to us tonight. Alright. We're back here at the menu screen. I hope these 3 will join me up in the booth while I ponder some questions here. That was a pretty exciting race. I really wasn't thinking we were going to have a safety car there, but with that Mickey, we did. You know, Mickeys make everything more exciting, don't they, guys? As I am joined by our P3 finisher of Useless as a Cat. How are you feeling after that performance there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy. I mean, it should be P2, but we'll see. Can't complain.
Yeah, man, that's a podium in our highest division here, even though there are only 2 divisions. Now, with that safety car, take us through your mind there when you saw that full safety car come out and onwards.
It basically meant that I would recover the lost grounds at the start, because just me trying to pass Hex at the start really ruined the race. But after that, I knew I had the consistency and the pace, to bring it back up and see what it is at the end, and it's great. So.
Yeah, man, that seems to be a trend with that AlphaTauri. A bunch of drivers this season so far aren't happy with him, but I'm going to keep the interview short and sweet tonight. Thank you for joining us up here for P3, as we're going to move on over to Clay, P2 from the Aston Martin. Welcome to the booth. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Nice, man. So I've noticed you 2 You and Heredia kind of swapping wins here. Last week it was you taking the win at Monza and Heredia P2, and now this week Heredia winning and you finishing P2. I mean, if I were you guys, I'd be super happy about that. Especially if I was Heredia. Give me three of your thoughts.
Yeah, it's a good win for the team. 1-2 again. Definitely gonna be ahead of the standings and the constructors, and hopefully we can keep it up throughout the season.
Yeah, man. Um, Aston Martin's looking fantastic this season. You guys were 1-2 in the standings last year, so it's really just right for you two to be on the same team, I guess. But fantastic showing from you two once again tonight. Like I said, short and sweet. Thank you for joining me up here. And Heredia, team owner of Aston Martin, D1 driver, and winner of the Bahrain GP. Take me through your mind there, man. Like that last safety car. How are you feeling?
Well, I didn't win the race because I know I'm going to get a 5 second penalty for wrecking KD. So, but I did
Mm.
win unofficially. But I know I didn't win. So, good win to Clay. It's another win for Aston Martin, 2 in a row. But I did all I can. I mean, I was hoping not Sato would come out, then I would have got a podium no matter what. But it came out. I felt really confident in my car. I felt really good. I think I had the best car out there. I think I was the guy to beat, but I just a few mistakes taking out KD. And I really didn't mean to. Poor Cheat coming back on track. It's just mistakes, and I can't do that if I want to win this championship. But good job, Clay.
Yeah, well, I got you, man. It's better than last season. Last season, you and your teammate, I think it was Tiger NASCAR, got into it on the final lap, or coming to the final lap. Which is unfortunate for you guys, but I think this year, no matter what happens, you will finish higher than you did last season. So, hey, man, uh, anything's better. You know, progress is
Yeah.
progress. But you and Clay have been seemingly unstoppable so far this season, even though it's only been 2 races. Thank you for joining me up here. Congrats on at least crossing the line first. We'll see how penalties come out. Um, Stuff like that. Thank you for joining me up here. On behalf of Hennessy Performance Racing League, I'm your host, Ballstick, thankfully joined by my two in-race reporters, Killer and Masopes, as well as our three podium finishers. That was a Bahrain GP. Be sure to come back next week. Let me check the schedule real quick. Just give me 1 second here. Next week we have Chinese Grand Prix here from the Shanghai International Circuit on November 2nd. I appreciate everybody who comes out, supports the stream, supports me, and hopefully next week Jim will be back. Like I said, on behalf of the Hennessy Performance Racing League, have a great rest of your nights, and I'll see you guys next week. Good night, everybody.